Good morning. I have a lot of things to talk about today, but the main thing is I believe I can do this. I believe that I can do this. I believe that through this life right here, I can do anything that I'm called to do. I listened to a message on YouTube yesterday and this morning, and it's called "Keys to Becoming the You Want to Be," and it's through Steve Backlin's ministry, Igniting Hope. And I was listening to it yesterday when I was walking the dogs. I want to show you something too. If okay, there we go. Do y'all see? Oh wait, that it says "Do." That's the name of a book by Rick Ross. Um, that is a reminder to do something. What? Do what? Anything. Just do something. Get off your butt. You know, not get off your butt and get motivated because motivation fizzles. Willpower. I can have a whole lot of willpower here at the house. But you send me off to a cookie store or to take mother to get ice cream or things like that. Uh-uh. There's no willpower there. Now, I have told her about a few places that we are purposely going to go, and I am going to eat the stuff there, but I'm not going to bring it home. Is it going to cost me more? Yes. It's going to if I brought it home, it would cost me more than what it would cost me at the store because I would just keep eating, and it wouldn't make me. I would not feel well. So, I have done it before where I've gone I've quit eating all kinds of stuff that I don't need to. I don't know. No, it's gone. Good. But it was hard. Um, and I just was determined. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so I determined because my doctor said, Christy, stop eating gluten for 6 weeks and see how you feel. I stopped eating gluten for months. He said, stop eating sugar and see how you feel. And so I stopped eating sugar. He said, cut out all dairy. No, he told me you have to cut out all gluten, all sugar, all dairy. So I did. I cut those three things out cold turkey. This is way back before you could go into any store and get any kind of gluten-free stuff you want. But you still have to, now you have to read the labels because just because it says gluten-free on there doesn't mean that it really is gluten-free. It means they put gluten-free on milk. Milk has no gluten in it unless it's added, and that'd just be stupid. Um, so, anyway, I cut out all that stuff, and I did feel good until my aunt passed. This has been, I don't even know how many years, probably 20 years ago. And my aunt passed, and it was Thanksgiving. And I had cooked up a whole spread at my house that was all gluten free, all dairy free, all everybody else's. It's a wonder we just didn't go out and eat grass. But I did everything I could. It was all homemade. Everything was homemade back then. And then I went to my aunt's, the funeral and all that family stuff and all that. And a brownie. I caved at a brownie. I was so hungry by the time we got there that I caved at a brownie. So I don't know that I've ever been strong enough on my own to go back and eat like that again. I've tried several times, but that brownie, one brownie, it was so amazing. It's like when I went gluten free. I don't know why all this is coming out, but it is. When I went gluten free, I couldn't have bread, any kind of bread, none. There wasn't any that you could go to the store and purchase. At least you couldn't where I lived. And, the nearest gluten free anything was over an hour away, one way. And I'm not going to drive an hour for a loaf of bread or 2 hours round trip for a loaf of bread. So, but I happened to be in Plano, Texas that day. Plano, Texas. And at Whole Foods. And I saw they had gluten-free bread and they had sandwiches. And I ordered a sandwich and went out in my car and I ate that sandwich. And oh, was it good. That was the best tasting sandwich. I hadn't had a piece of bread in months. And that was a delicious sandwich. That brownie was the same way. One was good for me, one was not. Had I just said no to everything that weekend, I probably would have starved because, I'm Southern. We went back to, I'm from Louisiana, and we went back and everybody's bringing their good Southern food, Southern cooking. Gluten, sugar, dairy filled, everything else filled. Oh, my stars. It was just like, oh, gosh, I felt so sick afterwards when we left there. Oof. I did get back on my eating plan. I just didn't stick with it. And right now, I'm not ready to stick with it. When I'm ready, I will do it. When I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, I'll do it. But until then, I won't. And it's kind of like other things in life. I never thought I could get in front of a camera and talk because I have a camera. I have a Canon camera, and I used to take pictures. I got the camera when I started having grandchildren, and well, I was having massive grandchildren. I had 6 grandchildren in 4 years time. I had uh, I had two or three, two. Okay, I've got a set of two, a set of six, and then a set of three, and now a set of two so far. I've got sets. I had sets of children too. So anyway, um, I had a camera then, and I would always be behind the camera taking everybody's picture. I don't think I really liked the way that I looked at all. My dad had scarred me with saying things like, "Bless your heart, I was hoping you'd grow up to be a pretty little thing." That's he was joking, but that was hurtful. And I just never thought, and then everybody made fun of the way that I looked. And so I never thought that I was pretty until Jesus said, "Everything about you is beautiful, and there's nothing at all wrong with you." When I read that in Song of Song 4, verse 9, I believed it. I just went around saying, "Everything about you is beautiful, and there's nothing at all wrong with you." I would feel sick, and I'd say, "There's nothing at all wrong with you." And there wasn't. There was a belief system. And so that just kind of leads into your belief. What you believe in your head, goes into your heart, comes out your mouth, and you live it. Well, I never believed I could do something like this. I never believed that I could. I started a business with real estate. And in all honesty, I never believed I could do it. I didn't think that I was qualified. I didn't think I was good enough. All those lies that we are told in our life, you'll never amount to anything. That's one of them, because that's what I was told all my life by different people. You'll never amount to anything. Yet in high school, I was not voted most likely to succeed. I was voted most likely to be on That's Incredible. It's an old TV show, not on anymore. I don't even think they have leftovers, no reruns. I don't even think they have reruns of it. But um, I have worked on my belief system and on my mindset for 5 years. Literally had to work on it for 4 to 5 years, I believe, to get me to where I am now. And then when I was listening to this, it says keys to becoming the you want to be. And one lady on one example on this is a lady just didn't think she could ever do anything. And then all of a sudden she got a revelation from God. I can do this. I can do this. Whatever it is that you're wanting to do, ask the Lord to give you a revelation of, are you in this with me? Am I in this with you? Are we in this together? Is this what we're doing? Or instead of asking him, is this what we're doing? Ask him, what are we doing together today? Because that's partnership. And even saying that question transforms and changes your mind right there. It changes your heart. It takes your perspective, perspective off of you, puts it onto him, so that the responsibility is not all on me. It's on him. Not all of it, because we have a part in this. Because when he calls us to do something, then we have a responsibility to do it. Um, and if we don't, and there's failure, then the failure came from us, not from him. So this lady was saying, I can do this. I can do this. I think hers was about losing 100 pounds. In this story, hers was about losing 100 pounds. And this lady worked for a fitness instructor, you know, muscle workout, keep healthy, and all that stuff. And she went to him and she asked him to be accountable. She said, "I want to be accountable to you on this." And he said, "Okay." He said, um, he asked her questions. How much do you want to lose? How soon do you want to do it? And do you want to achieve it? And what's your ultimate goal? And she told him. He said, "Okay. So here's the deal. Um, I'll be your accountability partner, and if you don't do what you said you're going to do in the time that you're going to do it, you're fired." So she went home that day and came back the next and told him, "You're on." And she didn't lose her job. Praise God. I reach out to people sometimes and I say, I need somebody to be accountable to. I need somebody to be accountable to, because you know what? I haven't valued myself to be accountable to myself for the things that I have said that I will do. I have books that I have started and I've never finished. I have a sign in front of me, and I did this morning. I stuck it up there on my trains because trains on their tracks don't derail. Um, but I stuck it up there and it says, "This is my year," because this is my year. This is the year that I stepped up to the plate and I said, "I'm not giving all my services away. I'm valuable. My services are valuable." And so I'm charging my clients now instead of being a friend. I have a friend, and she turned into a she was a colleague in Big Dogs with me, and she was asking me a lot of questions as a big dog, and the Lord was answering all of our questions through me. He was just ministering to her through me, and then I put her on a path to be a client. And while she was on the path to be a client, I think that she kept going and doing kind of doing what I was doing, going after something she wasn't supposed to be doing. And the Lord just showed her that's not your path. So she's being an investor in someone else's deal, and that's what she wants to. That's what she wants to do. And through this process, we have become friends. But when it comes to the business, I told her, I said, you still owe me my fee. And she's like, "Oh yeah, we keep business business, but friend is friend." I said, "Yes, it is. I like somebody like that. I need somebody like that in my life. I I want to um, so when I get off here, I'm going to call her and say, "Hey, I have an opportunity, and I do. I have a new opportunity aside from this, and the lending, and the investments, and the P84. Oops, I'm doing that. And this is going to be the last thing I'm adding to my plate. And I'm I'm going to tell her I want her to hold me accountable. I want her to do it with me and hold me accountable because I think that she will. And then we're just going to end up being investment partners together because you can be a friend, you can have business, you can be a partner, and you can be an accountability person too. So you can do all those things, but you can only do it with the right person. And I'm excited about what the Lord is bringing this year. I've been invited twice this year. This is February 3rd. Yeah, today is February 13th of 2026. I've been invited to Italy twice this year. The Lord's been calling me to Italy now for a while, and I keep making, oh, I can't afford it. Oh, my husband is sick. Oh, my this, my that. I've been putting all kinds of things in the way. So that's disobedience and that's unbelief and that's sin. Let's just call it what it is. I'm going to have to, at some point in time this year, I'm going to have to step up to the plate and believe that I can do it. Because this last time, when actually it was yesterday, I was invited to go to Italy on a business trip, and I'm going to pull that up, and I'm going to be very specific about it. Well, now I can't find the person. Here it is. Um, he's celebrating his birthday. It's a colleague that's celebrating his birthday by inviting a few leaders to join them in Italy this summer for a legacy retreat. I turned it, he said, there's only 3 spots left, and I turned it down. You know why? I didn't believe I could do it. Let's be honest. I just didn't believe I could do it. Fear took hold. And my excuse was, and then, uh, anyway, my excuse was that I had my mother to take care of and my dogs. Well, are they an excuse or are they reason? I don't have a person that is a credible caretaker for my mother. Well, I just became her caretaker, so I don't know what, I'm not at that point yet. Can I get there? I bet I can. Here's a book, and I haven't read this book. I don't know if I ever will read this book, but the title of the book is what I'm doing. It says, Dare to Win. I'm trying to get it where it's not a glare. Okay, I bet if I do this, the glare will go away. Yes, Dare to Win. I keep this book right here beside me because I want the encouragement. Christy, dare to win. Dare to win. I dare you to do it. I dare you to believe in your, not believe that you're worthy. Jesus is worthy. He made you in his image and in his likeness. He's one in you. You're one in him. You can't fail. You can't fail with him. So I think what I really need to do is, instead of using my mother as an excuse or my dogs as an excuse, I just need to get off my hiney and get my dogs ready to go with me and discuss this with mother. Now my oldest dog, my golden shepherd, right there, she can't go. She's too old. It'd be too hard on her. The flight would. But the other two could. The other two could fly. They can travel. I'd love to take them. I really desire to have a house in Italy. That's my true. I want a house in Italy. I want to move to Italy. Maybe not full time, but I'd like to move to Italy. I'd like to go eat pasta because pasta over there is different from pasta here. Everything, their food is different. There's not additives and all kinds of pesticides and things that are put in their food like they are here in America. So I think, wow, wouldn't that be great to go over there and eat? I might gain some weight. Who knows? But anyway, so I'm just going to sit here today and I'm going to encourage you to do something. Dare to believe. Dare to believe I can do this. Ask the Lord to sit with him for a few minutes and ask him, you have a specific idea and ask him, are you in this with me? Are we in this together? If he says no, like I had a decision to make this morning. I was purchasing something this morning and they kept upgrading. And that last upgrade, I was like, I didn't feel comfortable. And so I was like getting caught up in the moment. And I just did what I've told y'all. I paused. I put my phone down. And I asked, are you in this? Because if you're not in this, I'm not going in it either. And I waited, and the Lord just took over, and the peace came. And I heard no. So I stopped. So today, I'm telling you, encourage yourself. You can do this. Blessings.